Imagine this. You've had enough of the manipulation, the constant gaslighting, and the never-ending emotional roller coaster. So you do what seems like the ultimate move. You block the narcissist on social media. But what happens next? Does that action free you, or does it unleash a new level of chaos? Welcome back to Toxic Truth, where we expose the psychological manipulation tactics used by narcissists. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the powerful move of blocking a narcissist and how it affects both you and them. It's about reclaiming your emotional space and disrupting their control. Stick with us to understand the psychological aftermath and how you can protect yourself from their inevitable backlash. First, to understand the impact of blocking a narcissist, we need to grasp their deep need for control. Narcissists crave validation and attention, what we call narcissistic supply. Social media is one of the easiest ways for them to maintain that control and gather constant supply. Whether through likes, comments, or private messages, every interaction feeds their inflated ego. But when you block them, it's not just cutting off access to your profile, it's cutting off their lifeline to control you. Blocking a narcissist can feel like a bold move. It disrupts their access to you, stripping them of the opportunity to manipulate or monitor your life. But what happens next? Most narcissists won't simply accept this. Instead, they may try other avenues to regain control, often resorting to flying monkeys or indirect methods. Blocking them not only limits their power but also forces them to confront a reality where they no longer have access to your life. But it's not always easy. Many people find themselves feeling conflicted or guilty after taking this step. After all, narcissists are experts at making you feel like the bad guy when you set boundaries. However, remember, blocking isn't an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-care. By cutting off their access, you're making space for your healing journey. Blocking takes away the power they have over monitoring your life and limits their ability to manipulate you emotionally. For them, it's not just about losing access to your posts, it's about losing control over the narrative they've built. So, why is blocking a narcissist so powerful? Narcissists thrive on attention and validation, whether positive or negative. When you block them, you cut off their ability to manipulate, monitor, or emotionally impact your life. The supply they once had is suddenly disrupted, leaving them in a state of panic. They can no longer spy on your activities, bait you with messages, or use your life updates as fuel for their manipulation. Blocking forces them to lose a major source of control, and for a narcissist, this is a huge blow to their ego. It's a powerful step toward reclaiming your personal space and emotional freedom. But make no mistake, blocking doesn't mean they'll give up easily. In fact, their next move might even be more insidious. What happens when a narcissist realizes they've been blocked? Their initial reaction is often one of disbelief, followed by anger. Narcissists hate losing control, and blocking them feels like a personal attack on their ego. You might notice attempts to bypass the block by creating fake accounts or using mutual friends as intermediaries. They could try guilt-tripping you by playing the victim, or they may escalate their manipulative tactics to get your attention. Some people have shared experiences of narcissists sending mutual friends or flying monkeys to reach out on their behalf. These enablers might guilt-trip you into re-establishing contact or convince you that the narcissist has changed. Others might have faced the narcissist's rage, where they lash out through public posts or smear campaigns.
I sat in the dim light of my room, my phone resting heavily in my hands. I just blocked Mark, my ex, on social media. A simple act that felt like shattering chains I'd worn for years. My heart was pounding, but there was this fragile relief settling in. Finally, I thought, maybe this time I could move forward without looking over my shoulder. But that peace didn't last. Within hours, my phone buzzed nonstop. Angry messages from unknown numbers poured in, each one filled with venom. He accused me of betrayal, of ruining him. Then came the guilt trips, the desperate pleas to unblock him and be reasonable. My friends started reaching out, saying he'd contacted them too, spinning his own twisted version of events, making me out to be the villain. It was as if he was everywhere, seeping into every corner of my life, refusing to let me go. Each message felt like a jab, a reminder of his hold over me. I wanted to respond, to defend myself, but I knew that was what he wanted, to pull me back into his orbit. So I held my ground. Days passed, and his anger surged and flared. But I stood firm. With every ignored message, every silent refusal to react, I felt a quiet strength building. This was the hardest part, staying still, facing his rage, and not letting it control me. But I was done with him owning my peace. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I was finally reclaiming my life.
Before we continue, if you're finding these insights helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Your support helps us create more valuable content for people dealing with narcissistic abuse. Now, let's move on to why it's so important to stand your ground once you've blocked a narcissist. Blocking a narcissist is just the first step. It's crucial to stay strong after you've made the move. They may act like they've changed, send messages of apology, return to rage and smear campaigns, but the goal remains the same: to regain control over you. Standing firm is key to cutting off their manipulation once and for all. One person shared how after blocking their narcissistic ex, they were bombarded with messages from mutual friends trying to convince them that the narcissist was truly sorry. But deep down, the goal was never about reconciliation. It was about control. By staying firm, they were finally able to break free from the cycle. Even after you've blocked them, a narcissist will often resort to emotional manipulation through indirect channels. This is where the concept of flying monkeys comes into play. People the narcissist uses to do their bidding. These enablers might tell you the narcissist misses you or that they've changed. Guilt tripping is a favorite tactic. For instance, one person shared how they were guilt-tripped into breaking no contact with their narcissistic mother after their sibling convinced them that their mother was truly sorry. Another story involved a former friend screenshotting personal messages and sending them to a narcissistic ex, further proving that blocking isn't just about the narcissist, but also about cutting ties with anyone still connected to them. Have you experienced these manipulative tactics? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Let's talk about flying monkeys. These are the people the narcissist sends to do their dirty work. Whether it's gathering information about you or convincing you to reconnect. It could be mutual friends, family members, or even co-workers. They might guilt trip you, manipulate you, or try to make the narcissist seem like the victim. One individual shared how after cutting ties with a narcissistic ex, they had to block all their mutual friends as well. These so-called friends kept relaying information back to the narcissist, making it impossible for them to move on. Another shared a similar experience where a coworker took screenshots of their social media posts and sent them directly to their abuser. In both cases, the only way to regain control was to block everyone connected to the narcissist. By now, we've seen how narcissists can be relentless, using guilt-tripping, emotional manipulation, and flying monkeys to reel you back in after being blocked. But while blocking can create distance, sometimes it's not enough to keep them out of your life entirely. This brings us to a bigger question. Should you block or go fully without contact? Blocking a narcissist on social media can feel like a powerful move, but is it always enough? Sometimes, the best way to protect your mental health is to go fully no contact. So how do you decide which path to take? Blocking cuts off their digital access to your life, disrupting their ability to spy or manipulate through social platforms. However, going no contact is a more comprehensive strategy, meaning you eliminate all forms of communication, both online and offline. For many people, simply blocking on social media isn't enough. Narcissists are notorious for using mutual friends, family members, or even work connections to get back into your life. This is where the importance of full no contact comes in. It's about fully cutting ties, ensuring they can't manipulate you through indirect means. Real-life examples show the difference in results. One person, after blocking their narcissist on Facebook, found their ex still trying to reach them through mutual friends and even showing up at their workplace. Meanwhile, others who went no contact experienced a sense of emotional freedom, though it took time and persistence. Blocking offers immediate relief, but going no contact provides the sustained distance necessary for true emotional healing. By fully cutting off the narcissist's access, you reclaim your power and create space for recovery. Let us know in the comments, have you blocked or gone without contact? What worked for you and what challenges did you face along the way? Your story might help someone else in the community. So, what happens when you block a narcissist on social media? You disrupt their control, cut off their narcissistic supply, and send a powerful message that you're taking your life back. But remember, blocking is just the beginning. The narcissist will likely use every tactic they can to regain access, from fake accounts to flying monkeys. The key is to stand firm, maintain your boundaries, and cut off contact not just with the narcissist, but with anyone who enables them. As we wrap up, remember, taking back control of your life starts with one small but powerful act. Blocking a narcissist is not just a digital move. It's a declaration of your self-worth and a critical step toward emotional freedom. You deserve peace, and by cutting off their influence, you're reclaiming the power to live on your own terms. Stay strong, stay focused, and never forget that your happiness is in your hands. Thank you for watching.